Hey, maybe cat. I don't know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or let me know if you can hear me. My doing something a little different today, but my laptop actually crashed, and so I've had to kind of restart everything. So I've got to even reset that command back up. But it's good to see you. It's been a long time. How are you? Doing some beekeeping today in my own backyard. So welcome to the backyard. Nice. Get that going. You know, we're hanging in there. Like I said, my laptop crashed, so that's kind of a big bummer. But you know, onward and upward as it goes. Maybe I'll get stung. Maybe you guys will have a funny show. If you have questions, feel free to ask about bees and beekeeping. Try to show as much as I can. Add some more burlap. Just stuff it full. Make sure we get a lot of smoke. Last time I just went in to change their water and they were pretty aggressive and I got a sting right on my forehead, which is kind of weird. But let's see how we're doing today. Hot. Fire hot. In case anybody didn't know that already. Okay, nice. Let me take you on over. Ow! Second thought. Let me get my gloves on first. Fire coming out the back hole of that smoker. Okay. Hive tool. Smoker. Okay, let's do it. Come on over. Show you my little spot here. Go ahead and set that down for a minute. Let's see where we can set you down where you can get the best viewing angle here. That'll work, I would think. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. This. All right, let's get into this. Smoke them up good. It's kind of hard for me to read chat, so I will kind of off and on come by and look at it. Some more smoke up here. So smoke just calms the bees down. Doesn't hurt nobody. Get on in here. Hello, ladies. Come over and show you a fun little fact about bees. 99.9% of the bees that you see flying around are actually female bees. Male bees have one job. They're called drone bees. And they have one job, and that is to mate with queens. So they get born from an unfertilized egg. They're born. And from day one, basically, that is their job. They don't do anything else in the hive. They don't sting. I see the queen, I'll show you. But we're just kind of doing a basic inspection today, just checking everybody out, making sure everybody's hunky-dory, doing well. If I see the queen, if I see a good amount of honey or something interesting, I'll show you. Oh, here, I'll just show you. Here's what a good frame looks like. So over here, you've got, trying to see, my camera's dark. Over here, you've got capped honey. So that is honey that's ready to go. You could literally get a spoon and dig it out, and we might just do that later and try some of the honey. And then they have nectar. So nectar is the stuff that they bring back from flowers. And then how honey is made is basically honey is just dried out nectar. So once we are a little testy today. Once nectar gets dried out to below 18% humidity or moisture in the nectar, that's when it becomes honey. And then that's when the bees actually will cap it over to just be like, hey, the honey's done. I'm not taking any for myself this year because I want to have them make it through the winter time. I might have to start feeding these guys. I think we're hitting a dearth where I'm at. Oh, there's the queen. I don't know if you can see her with the blue dot walking around. There's the queen. I really can't see my screen, so I'm just doing my best here. We're doing something different today, which is a good sign because about 2 weeks ago or so, I flipped these boxes around. So this box that was on top, or that is on top, was on the bottom. And it was because they just weren't drawing out the comb as much as I'd like. They just kind of were, like, I guess, slow going, if you will. Yeah, and we got eggs in there. I know you're not going to be able to see the eggs, so I'm not even going to bother trying to show you. But the queen can lay thousands of eggs a day. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. This is a bad frame. I don't know why they haven't drawn any of this out, but they have drawn out this other side. And there's eggs and everything else in there. So maybe I'll make this a regular thing, and I'll do a honey giveaway one day. I don't see anybody doing a waggle dance, or I'd show you what a waggle dance looks like. All of this brown sticky stuff that you're seeing too, right here, it's called propolis. That's basically like it's bee glue. Basically, it's what they use to glue everything together, fill in holes, gaps that shouldn't be there. Just glues everything together. Sometimes it's really tough to get the frames apart because they use so much propolis. Well, the comb is drawn out here. There's some nectar there. This bottom box has got a lot of honey. Oh, look. Just stopped by to say hello. So bees will, if they're flying around and you see one on a flower, it's got better things to do than worry about what you're doing. So, just observe it from a distance. You can get very, very close. You can practically pet a bee if you wanted to. While it's on a flower, getting its tongue in there to get all that sweet, sweet nectar out of there. And a bee will land on you for one of two reasons. It mistakes you for a flower. So you either smell nice or you look bright and pretty, whatever. Or tired and just needs a break. I know our entire lives it seems like people have been taught to be afraid of bees. For some reason, they've been taught to be afraid of bees. I mean, I still kind of am. When a bee lands on me or dives upon me, I definitely kind of flinch and stuff still. That's a lifelong thing that is never going to go away. Oh, I wonder if they were starting to make a queen cell right there. Interesting. Yeah, it's a lifelong thing that will probably never ever go away for everybody. But it's they're really nothing to be afraid of. I mean, yeah, a sting hurts, it's unpleasant. And if you are allergic, then obviously you don't want to be getting stung. Oh, move this over here for now. Set it down. I don't know why my GPSs or notifications are freaking out, but and you probably can't see this box here. You know what? Let me get you. Let's get up close and personal. Can y'all see that? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're getting up close and personal here. Let me smoke it again. So again, this just kind of calms the bees down, stops their alarm pheromones, saying, hey, somebody's in the hive trying to get stuff. It just makes everybody a little more lethargic. So like I said, thousands and thousands of bees are produced a day. From the queen, she lays thousands of eggs. So you might see me accidentally squish one or something. Not a huge deal. can see all that pollen in there. That solid looking stuff is pollen. The shiny stuff is nectar. And this capped stuff, I can't tell. And this capped stuff over here is honey that's ready to go. So we'll probably try some of that later. Look at that. Boy, they are just filling these up. More capped over honey. So they'll make like a rainbow pattern. The queen will come in and she'll lay her brood. And then once the brood leaves, then they fill the cells with honey, nectar, and it makes the way that she lays and the way that they do it, it makes kind of like a rainbow pattern in the frame. I'm sure I'll be able to show you. Okay, so here we go. Here's a frame. This darker color stuff, that's all brood. So that's all bunch of baby bees right there getting ready to come out. This lighter capped over stuff on top, that's all honey. And, ooh, I don't know how close I can get with it being out of focus, but right there, there's a bee about ready to come out. Right above my thumb. If I had a sharper tool, I'd say let's give it a hand, see if we can't help it come on out. But I see a couple of them there that are just about ready to come on out. There's a couple right here, right there, right there. That one was just born. You can tell because it's still really, really, really fuzzy and the hair is kind of slicked back on it. That one literally just came out right above my thumb. She made it. There's one right here about ready to come out. See, can't clear. See her right there? She's making her way out. Hmm. Crazy. This whole bee thing. Ooh, it's getting hot. Hot out here. Let's see if we can't. Oh yeah, here's a good one. This one's gonna have a lot of brood. Oh, see, I just had a bee sting my glove. And once a bee stings and the stinger gets detached, the bee will eventually die. And that was my fault. I put too much pressure on a bee, and that was her only way to say, hey, get off. And unfortunately, she will eventually die. So yeah, I don't know if you can see the stinger right here. They have barbed stingers. That's why they become detached. And I can actually see, I've never seen it before. This venom sac is still pumping venom. That's why when you get stung, you don't want to pinch a stinger and pull the stinger out. You want to try to get something. I mean, if you're obviously if you're like in a pinch, in a bind, and you don't have anything else, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But if you squeeze a stinger, it'll just inject all that venom in its venom sac. Get this smoke going again here. In America, we lost about 70% of our bee population this year. Did I check that? I checked that one. It just came apart really easy. Oh, nope, I did not. So there's a good one with honey on it. That's probably one that we'll actually take a little bite out of. So I'm actually gonna, got these like stands here, kind of these holders. I'm gonna set these holders down and set this one aside. So I can show you honey. Straight from the hive. So we just do a check on them, make sure she's still laying. You can see some pupa and larvae in there. But if I were to take this and go like that, you see all that? See that honey? And they'll have that fixed in no time. Honey is one of the few things that will, actually, I'm gonna move this back, that will last pretty much forever. If you notice like a bit of honey getting crystallized or something like that that you have, doesn't mean it's gone bad. It doesn't mean it's old. Well, it could mean that it's just old, but it doesn't go bad. So you can just go ahead and, you know, you can make some creamed honey with it. You can double boil it maybe. It'll come back. More brood here. All kinds of different stages there. I don't know how well you can see. All kinds of stages in development there. There's a bee right here. She's got pollen on her legs. That's what that is right there. That's pollen. So she'll find a good place to distribute that, to store that. Bunch of eggs in there too. That one's got a little bit of everything as far as the brood goes, which is good. I mean, she's working hard, laying them eggs. Ooh, that's a good one of honey right there. Take a bite out of that one. Who knows? So there's pollen in there. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up in the hive here. Before I do, everything seems to look pretty good. I'm not worried about anything. We saw the queen. They're making lots of honey. They're drawing out some of that comb in that other box like I wanted them to do. Just trying to make... Watch out, ladies. Move. Thank you. Okay, let me go get a little spoon and we'll try some of this honey. Okay. Before I put this one back, little bit right here. I'm just gonna kind of take a good scoop of honey. And then I'm just gonna set that aside while I go ahead and put all this back together. And then we'll try the honey in a minute. Back where it belongs. Come over here. Smoke the ladies again first. Get back down. Get back down. Ugh. Hey, I'll get that top box put back on. I've got dates and stuff written down of when I started this whole thing. We went and saw Hosier last night, and I guess during the pandemic, he was actually gifted a couple of beehives. Well, a beehive, and it's called a Nook. So it's um, like a partially pre-started hive, basically, is what it is. And he's actually beekeeping over in Ireland. He's got where his home is. He's doing some beekeeping over there. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's take you back over to where we started. I'll take all this off and we'll try some of our honey. Down right there. Okay, let's take a look at some chat here. Yeah, he does. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, I can't see the chat from over there. Let's see. I gotta go back a little ways. No, this is a new thing. Um I think I'm gonna kind of keep this going. As far as streaming the hive, maybe we can make this like a Sunday thing. Sunday morning stream. Yeah, see the dogs in the background. Crazy freaking dogs that have destroyed my yard, but we're not gonna get into that. Yeah, when next year, or Tanner, you can come and Lurpatron, whatever. One of these days, you can come and do a session with me. I have an extra veil. I've got extra gloves. All that jazz. It's hot. Okay. So, get my gloves off. Here is some of that honey. And you can eat the comb. You can swallow it if you want. It's just wax. It's beeswax. That's all it is. I don't like to personally, but oh man, yeah, they're out there working hard. That's some good stuff. Yeah, pretty much bee spit, bee vomit. I'd be up for that. Real life D&D. So, yeah, the honey, kind of gross, but it will actually pass through, I think it's 6 different bees before it actually gets put into a cell, basically. Yeah. Come on over, man. You got to try some of this. In fact, I am going to make this a regular thing. And next year, when I harvest the honey, I'll show you how to do all that. But I'll do a honey giveaway. Man, and it's thick. It's just sticking to the spoon. Yeah, Hosier puts on I saw the comment earlier. Hosier puts on a good show. If you ever get the chance, recommend it. Okay, well, that does it for the beekeeping. Come back on over here. I had my daughter help me paint the hive. They recognize patterns more than they do colors. So if you get a beehive, you can, draw sunflowers or whatever you want on it. And they are more likely to recognize that and fly home than they are just straight colors. But there's some people that just do the straight color thing. Sorry, beeswax still. But is it better fresh from the hive? I get local honey, but it's always strained, prepped for sale. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter, honestly. Like I said earlier, honey doesn't go bad. It's one of those things that just lasts all the time. It will, it's shelf stable for the entire life of the honey. So you might get it might crystallize. That just means it was drier honey, but you can still use that. Get a little bit of toast, spread it on some toast. Use it to sweeten your coffee or tea. So, hi, Maddie. You just missed it. You'll have to watch the VOD. We did some beekeeping. I think I'm going to make this a regular thing on Sundays. As long as I'm not, well, I could get up early, I guess, because I work for, we have a baseball team here in Salt Lake called the Salt Lake Bees. And I actually have a part-time job over there at their merch store. So yeah, don't dispose of it. It's good stuff. Yeah, honey will never go bad. Here, Maddie, I'll take you back over to the hive since you're here. We'll walk back on over to the hive. I got to get in there and pull some weeds and stuff. I got to do a little bit of maintenance, but I've got a little fence around it to keep my troublemaking dogs out. And so far, they've done really good at not digging underneath it. So I've got, this yard is, excuse the mess. But yeah, that's the hive. We tried some honey. It was really good stuff. Yeah, we'll make this a regular Sunday thing. I'll have to put it on a schedule or something, and we can do bee talk. Yeah, I had my daughter help me paint it. I've got a video of that maybe I'll put that up on my YouTube. got a YouTube account that I'm wanting to put VODs on and stuff, so maybe I'll put that up there. No, so that's another kind of cool thing. When a beekeeper does that, usually it's because they got called out to catch a swarm. And what a swarm is when that hive, when they become, basically it's called honey bound, um, or if the hive is sick or something like that, they'll swarm. And what that means is the queen will take off on a flight and a whole bunch of bees will kind of follow her. And she'll make herself comfortable in a tree because she's tired, because she doesn't fly around very much. She lives a sedentary lifestyle, sitting in there laying eggs. Um, and so my dog's got the zoomies now. So if the tripod gets knocked over, I'm sorry. Um, they're focused on other things. They're focused on helping the queen. So I mean, I haven't done it yet, but you could go in and just scoop up a whole bunch of bees and just plop them in there. Not to say they never get stung, but yeah, yeah. I haven't been. I don't think I'm on a list yet for that. I'm not quite set up for taking on other swarms now. But yeah, and a bee. There's two reasons I said earlier, but there's two reasons a bee will land on you. Either it's tired and just needs a break, or it mistakes you for a flower, so you smell pretty, or you've got flower colors on, or shapes, whatever designs on your shirt. It thinks you're a flower. Oh, yeah, we'll have to make this a regular thing on Sundays. I think Sundays or Saturdays, either one. Saturdays would probably be better, just simply because like I said, sometimes work at the B Stadium on Sundays at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I do need B emotes. Sundays, Sundays, we can do it Sunday mornings, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Sunday mornings, Mountain Time. So I usually don't have to go into the Bees Stadium. I don't have to be there till 10. So yeah, that'll give me plenty of time to shower and not smell like campfire. So that's kind of the nice thing with the smoker is you end up smelling like campfire after everything is said and done. I am in Utah. Bee sermon every Sunday. I like it. Yeah, well, okay, Sunday it is. And Lerp, if you want to come over next Sunday, then, if you want to come on over, let me know. Oh, heck yeah. If he's ever at a Bees game, tell him I work there and come say hi. I'll hook him up with a discount. Yeah, it was probably Maddie. Yep, Maddie really kind of helped me take off on this whole streaming journey thing. I don't have my fancy shout outs or anything else, but if you're not following Lerpatron already, it's right here on my screen, but it's in a very different spot on your screen, I'm sure. If you're not following Lerpatron already, go give him a follow too. Southern Utah University. Oh wow, okay. Big nerd. So SUU. So that's like central Utah, though, right? Okay, yeah. Hey, zip it. I'm doing something here. Anybody want a dog? Free. Real cheap. You pay shipping and handling. Hey, well, maybe we'll wrap that up. We'll do just like a quick hour in the on Sunday mornings, and you can, I mean, if you got any questions, feel free to ask questions. I'll see if I can't figure out a way to, I want to bring my laptop down on the kitchen table. That way it has some communication with whatever camera I have set up. Maybe next time will be a little bit more professional. She doesn't mind other dogs. She had a dog. We had a dog here. Riley had a dog, and she had to bring it for one of her occasions. And Gracie was pretty good. She dug up a sprinkler head, and yeah, yeah, I'm not happy. Max, get out of there. Not happy. Right? That's what I say too. Like she's super cute, but here, excuse the mess. Like I said, I've got a little cleaning to do. But there's Max. Say hi, Max. And then there's Gracie. Yeah, they're both assholes. Nice. Oh yeah, I remember you got a little kitten a while back. Yeah, she chewed up. I had another veil that I got with my original beekeeping stuff. She chewed that up. Uh, my daughter and I ran through the sprinklers back here a while back, and so I left my shoes out here to dry up. And she got to those. Right now, she's got a bee flying around her head, and she's trying to bite the bee. It's gonna end well. The size of a golden retriever? What the crap? Seriously? Is it a Maine Coon? Katungus? I'm gonna go inside. It's hot out here. We can continue this conversation inside. I'm sliding to death out there. Let me just take you. We'll just go all the way upstairs. Hi. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. For the beehives. Maine Coon is what the vet said. Word. Okay. Going into the cave here. Oh, except my stand for my camera mount up here is what I use for the tripod. So we'll just do one of these. There. So it works. Involuntary grunt comes out of my mouth when I pick her up. Yeah. You're silly. This freak everybody's perspective out if I do it this way. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you betcha. like I said, we'll try to make that a regular thing. If people like it enough, we'll do a giveaway when I harvest the honey, and we'll go from there. So, hey, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will probably see you next week. Maybe we'll get on a little later, do some games of all kinds, but it's not MAGA. It's the Twitch universe. Yep. Okay. Bye.